Are you interested in creating beautiful handwork with wool applique and hand embroidery, but don't know quite where to start? Well, our WonderFil Gingerthread House kit provides a great starting point for anyone looking to improve their handworking skills. It's a blank canvas that allows you to create your own cozy wool cottage. Follow along while we cover some simple but effective hand embroidery stitches that you can use on your very own Gingerthread house. The Gingerthread wool kit comes with all the wool you need for this project, unless you decide to add extra for further embellishment. In your kit will be your Gingerbread house applique and a square background for it to be attached to. Let's start with how to applique our house to the background. For this, we will be using Alana, our 12-weight wool thread made with hand wool applique in mind. Alana is dyed to match our merino wool fabric, so it will blend in perfectly with our gingerbread house. And its slightly looser twist will coat the edges of your wool applique for a neat finish. Our gingerbread house is in the color Saddle, so we will be using the same color of Alana. You can pin your house down with applique tacks or fold it into your hand to manually hold it in place while you stitch. Then grab your hand embroidery needle. We are using a Bowen Chenille 22. Cut your thread to the length of your forearm like this. Then you'll want to tie a knot at the end. Push your needle through the back of your fabric so the knot can't be seen from the front. We are going to use a whip stitch to stitch down the house. Push your needle through your background up into your house. Be sure to keep the stitches small and neat, so they are easier to camouflage later. Go all the way around the house and take your time, especially around the odd shapes and curved edges. If you'd like, you can add multiple angled stitches to the corners to help the applique hold its shape, like we have here. Now we can start decorating. You can use decorative stitches, fabric, more wool, beads, or whatever you like to make your house your own. Today, we will be covering some easy decorative stitches you can use to decorate your house. We will be using Eleganza to create our decorative stitches. This 8-weight long staple cotton thread is great for hand embroidery. It is low lint and extremely smooth, making it easy to stitch with and pull through multiple layers of fabric when needed. It comes in variegated and solid colors, as well as 5-weight and 3-weight if you're looking for a thicker thread with a bit more impact. We will also be using a Spargo Milner size 3 needle. Our first stitch is the Bullion Knot. Bullion knots are easy to do and are a great option to cover edges or add depth to certain parts of a project. To do a bullion knot, you will start by pushing your needle up through the back of your project, then create a loop that is about 1 stitch length long. Leave the loop nice and loose. Push the top of your needle back up through the beginning of the stitch you just made. Then wrap the loop around your needle. We are wrapping around the needle 10 times. This will be the same on each stitch to keep them all even. And pull it tight, while guiding the stitch with your fingers to make it sit where you want it. Next, we are going to cover the laced backstitch. If you've ever done a standard backstitch, then you are already halfway to this fun, detailed stitch. We'll start by doing a backstitch. Start by creating one normal stitch, by coming up from the back, going a stitch length forward, and pushing your needle back down. Then, push your needle back up, 1 stitch length ahead of the end of your first stitch. Then you are going to push your needle back down through the second hole in the first stitch that you made to connect the 2 stitches. After you finish a backstitch all along the area you want this stitch to be, you can tie off as we are going to change to a second color. With your second color, you will again start by pushing your needle up through the back of your project at the beginning of your backstitch. Then you are going to weave your needle back and forth through the backstitch that you made like so. keeping it as flat as possible, and using the back of your needle to avoid snagging. Once you finish this, you can tie off again at the end of your back stitch. Our third stitch is the coral stitch. This stitch is perfect to add swirls or lines of frosting to your gingerbread house if you're going for a classic cookie-like look. Again, you will start by pulling your needle up through the back of your project to the front. Then, you'll push your needle through the fabric horizontally, like so, and wrap your thread around the front of the needle, and pull to create a small knot. You will then go one stitch length forward and repeat until you're finished your line. You can make these stitches straight or curved depending on what look you want. Our fourth and final stitch is the whipped woven circle. This stitch is great for making your design a bit more 3D as it pops off the fabric beautifully. You are going to start by stitching a star. Your star must have an even number of stitches. We have 8. Be sure that the stitches are the same length. You can see here we are measuring the stitches using the previous one made to keep them all even. Then you're going to loop your needle under 2 of the stitches, again using the back of your needle. You will be going over the first stitch as you go under the next 2 stitches. And do this all around the star you created until it looks the way you want it to. You can go all the way to the end or just do half and leave some of the stitches exposed, depending again on what you want it to look like. And there you have it! 4 different stitches that you can use to decorate your Gingerthread house or any other hand embroidery project you're working on. If this video got you inspired to create your own Gingerthread house, these kits can be ordered on our US and Canadian websites, linked in the bio below. And we are running a very special holiday contest for anyone who decorates one of our Gingerthread wool kits. All you have to do is decorate your own wool gingerbread kit in your personal style, and you'll get the chance to win one of our 5 very special prizes. Just be sure to use our Eleganza 8-weight cotton thread on some part of the design. Then post a photo on your social media, tag us, and use the hashtag WonderFil Gingerthread House so we see your design. We will be giving away 5 different prizes to the best designs of the year. 2 honorable mentions will each win an Alison glass collector set. Our 3rd place winner will receive a WonderFil Eleganza solid color collector set. 2nd place will win a WonderFil Eleganza variegated collector set. And our grand prize winner will receive a Spargo Eleganza No. 8 original collection. Visit the link in our bio to learn more or order your kit now. Happy holidays, and we'll see you again next time.